Tarek, age 10, is the youngest and fastest swimmer in World Championships history. Tarek has been swimming competitively since the age of 4.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I'm glad I wowed you.
Hey, High Impact.
Hi, how may I help you?
Who is the shortest basketball player in the world?
I like your curiosity. I'll tell you. Muggsy Bogues is the shortest player in the National Basketball Association history, listed at 5 feet 3 inches tall. He was drafted 12th overall by the Washington Bullets in 1987.
Oh, wow, that's interesting.
I'm glad you asked.
Hey, High Impact.
Hi, how may I help you?
Which club is the first to win Champions League?
That's very easy. Real Madrid. The first Champions League was won by Real Madrid during the 1955 and 1956 season.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
This is Sports Hub on High Impact 102.1 FM. For the best in sport entertainment, tune in to Sports Hub on High Impact 102.1 FM.
Hi, how may I help you?
Who is the shortest basketball player in the world?
I like your curiosity. I'll tell you. Muggsy Bogues is the shortest player in the National Basketball Association history, listed at 5 feet 3 inches tall. He was drafted 12th overall by the Washington Bullets in 1987.
Oh, wow, that's interesting.
I'm glad you asked.
From the greens of golf to the court of tennis and basketball, the octagon of UFC to the square room for boxing, track of Formula One, and the pitch of football. Join the sports crew on Sport Hub 6 to 7 p.m. Mondays and Wednesdays, Fridays 5 to 6 p.m. and 2 p.m. on Saturdays. Here on High Impact Radio 102.1 FM, Lagos. Reviews, views, and interviews just the way you like it. Exclusive on High Impact Radio 102.1 FM, Lagos. Sports Hub for all the updates and analysis.
Good evening and welcome to Sports Hub Show right here on Empire Radio 102.1 FM. The Sports Hub Show is live. I always tell you about everything happening in the ever exciting, ever dynamic, and sometimes controversial world of sports. I'll be here to preach the gospel sport to you for the next 15 minutes. Talk about all of the in-swingers, talk about the lancer presses, talk about the slams and the dunks as well. We'll be taking a trip into the amazing world of sports, guys. So much to talk about, so much to look into. Antoine Semenyo. Earlier this morning it was confirmed that his medical is also been booked for Manchester City. The man from AFC Bournemouth right there, the Ghanaian attacker. Whether or not where he's going to be fitting in right there at Manchester City is what we're looking forward to unpack together on the show this evening. And I tell you, so much to look into, so much to talk about. FC Bournemouth will be playing Tottenham Hotspur later tonight, and that is definitely going to be Semenyo's last game for Bournemouth. But what does he offer to City? Where is he going to be fitting into the Pep Guardiola style? We'll be talking about that in the course of the show. The Spanish Super Cup later tonight. We'll be seeing it happen right there in Saudi Arabia. And we are monitoring that Marc-Andre ter Stegen is injured and will be returning back to Barca. Yes, he's going to be going back to base because there's nothing you're doing with an injured player at the Spanish Super Cup right there in Saudi Arabia. I mean, a lot has been said about competitions like this as well. I've taken the Super Cup away from Spain to go play it in Saudi Arabia. We understand the business part of football. You cannot take it away. But yes, imagine this kind of game at the tip of the fingers of the fans. Imagine the Barca fans being able to watch the favorite team play this particular game that will be happening in Saudi Arabia right there in their country. Earlier on the show this morning, don't forget I was there for Sports in a Jiffy, and I told you about the African Cup of Nations. We are now into the final 8. Amazing it is. There's been no upset so far. This is not an AFCON of upsets. I tell you that for free. The big boys are the ones that are still ruffling their feathers. They are the ones that are still rubbing their shoulders. And they will do that in the last 8. And on record, Nigeria will be playing up against Algeria. Talk about that 2019 free kick by Riyad Mahrez. I'm sure you've not forgotten. Same with me, yeah. It lives rent-free in my head. Imagine Daniel Akpeyi. And guys, a lot of comparisons are happening, because as at that time, Daniel Akpeyi was also playing for Chippa United. And then the goalkeeper that we have now, our very own number 1, that's talking about Stanley Nwabali, also plays for Chippa United. Okay, we'll talk about that in the course of the show this evening. 3 days to go, and the boys will be squaring up right there in Marrakesh. We'll be seeing other quarterfinal matches happening on night. One that's on Friday, and the other one happening on Saturday, where Nigeria will be playing. They're still the host nation, and definitely a lot of mix and matches right there. One from Central African Republic, 3 from West Africa, and then we also have the other ones from the Northern African side. We split this one. There's no I welcome you to Sports Up this evening. Definitely, we'll be going straight into the amazing show. Hit us up, and I would like you to be a part of the show as well this evening. We are streaming live on our YouTube platform at impact Radio 102.1 FM right there on YouTube, so you can be a part of the show. Can as well join us. You call us up 0907-224-5018. That is the gateway to the studio. Most definitely, I'd like you to be a part of the show. We're streaming on TikTok. That's at Sports Sales. Steals on TikTok. We're definitely streaming right there. Welcome aboard this amazing ride. Ayodeji Ajiboye is my name, and of course, my own bed. I will never fly with one wing. I've got Cyril in the studio with me this evening. Welcome to the show, Cyril.
Good evening, Ewa. It's good to be here. Good evening to our listeners at home as well. Like you mentioned earlier, the most interesting competition going on in Africa this period.
That's right.
The boys have been separated from the men.
True
like you said, it has been an AFCON with no upset. So any team that eventually get to
well deserved.
Is well deserved.
I mean, this is not the time of when Zambia is coming to win it, and we are even all of the nations that are remaining in this tournament now. You need to be very, very wary of them. Talk about Ivory Coast from the game they played last night. The average age of the Ivorian player right now is 23 years.
You can understand
how young
and
they are
hungry. So you can understand that this tournament is living up to expectations.
Same with Cameroon.
Everything. Same with Cameroon. Same with Algeria. The Algeria and the DR Congo match was it was a beautiful match. It was going into extra time and that late
190 minutes
had break for
was just almost like a reminiscent of what happened with Nigeria in 2019.
Yes,
just like that.
It was just almost the last kick of the game. And it just broke the heart of the DR Congo.
I mean, imagine that you're coming as a substitute and you're taking your country to the quarterfinals. That was an amazing game by Algeria and also DR Congo last night. Other quarterfinal pairings, we'll talk about it in the course of the show this evening. But before we do that, let's take a bit of stories coming through, just as I mentioned, from the African Cup of Nations 2025. The quarterfinal lineup already done and dusted. I will mention it to you that there is no upset this time around. Senegal, Mali, Morocco, Cameroon, Egypt are among the quarterfinalists that will be having in this year's tournament. Taking a look at the pairings, you'll be seeing Cote d'Ivoire up against Egypt. More like an anticipated one right there.
It's going to be an interesting match. The Ivorians against the Egyptians. Though the Ivorians have been high flying in this tournament, and the Egyptians, they have just been scraping by each match. They are taking each match
as it comes.
And there was a presser Mo Salah was given saying that the Egyptians are not favorites for this competition.
Well, I'm not sure he means that.
Probably just to take the pressure off the team.
Yes.
But yeah, they are in the quarterfinal as well. And because he said that doesn't mean they are not going to give the Ivorians a fight for a run for their money as well. It's going to be every pairing in this quarterfinal is going to be an interesting match as well.
Every pairing most definitely presents an interesting affair right there in the quarterfinals of the African Cup of Nations happening right there in the Kingdom of Morocco. So much is definitely going to be said about the West African battle between Mali and also Senegal. Mali are in this stage of the tournament without
winning a game. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yes, that is the advantage.
They played 4 matches.
That is the advantage you get when you have best loser qualifying to the next round, because that is the only reason Mali are in this stage of this competition as well. And against Tunisia also, it was. They won on penalty after playing 1-1 in regulation time. But you have to give it to them. They were 1 man down in that match as well.
Yeah. They played over 70 minutes. Yeah. Because the record was in the 26th minute.
So you have to give them that kudos as well. They dug deep, and also when it comes to the luxury of shootouts as well.
Yeah.
I think God of Football was on their side that night as well. But here they are again without winning a single match. But they move forward. They will take it as it's come as well.
Cameroon up against Morocco.
Interesting matchup.
Central African Republic up against the North African
Republic.
Yeah.
It's going to be an interesting matchup because the Cameroonians also, they're also showing despite the troubles, the issue they are having pre-tournament, having two teams, two head coaches, but the tournaments are started. Those are what we say about something being a tournament team as well. Now they're in the tournament. And there they are in the last stage as we are playing against the host nation, Cameroon, Morocco.
Yes.
It's going to be a tough match as well. And if any match is going to be difficult to call in this quarterfinal, I think it has to be this Cameroon.
Well, I think they are getting all of the accolades, because on record it's been said that their government will also be giving them 27,000 euros as their bonus after the AFCON qualification.
Yeah. So they've qualified, and that's also a big incentive for them to motivate them as well. But there's a limit where motivation can take you. So
but don't forget that Cameroon have won it before. I mean, the coach that won it for them, and that's talking about Hugo Bruce, was the coach that played with them against South Africa. And we saw Adam and Panda. So I mean, taking all of that motivation into the game against Morocco, and Morocco, honestly, you can say that their win in the round of 16 was almost not going to be, because they have to dig it deep. They have to, take it to the wire before they got that particular win.
Before they got that 1-0 against Tanzania. Yeah. You might want to say, but there are no two matches that are the same. The way they are going to prepare extra hard for the
Moroccan game,
for the Cameroonians as well. So two matches cannot be the same. So it might be difficult. Maybe they were just a bit complacent because it's Tanzania. But playing
against, they didn't know that Tanzania would definitely be
exactly. Yeah. But playing against Cameroon, they know the pedigree. They know that Cameroon are perennial champions when it comes to the AFCON as well. They are an household name when it comes to the AFCON, so they have to prepare extra well, and also they are also playing at home. They also have to count for something. The fans will be behind them, and I just can't wait to just see that.
You cannot wait to see what the AFCON is definitely going to present to us in the coming matches. Egypt up against Cote d'Ivoire, we talked about that already, and Nigeria up against Algeria. We already mentioned we've seen something like that happen before. That was in 2019, and other occasions that Nigeria have played against Algeria. Once Algeria defeats Nigeria, they are going to win the tournament.
It happened 2019, and where I was watching the DR Congo match against Algeria last night, people were saying, "Oh, prefer to even play DR Congo at this point." At this point, because that trauma of 2019 is still fresh in it's still fresh in most of the Nigerian
I just mentioned it on the show not quite long that there's this thing currently happening, and that's the fact that the goalkeeper we are having now plays for the same club the goalkeeper we had then was playing for Chippa United.
And if you are someone that believes in superstition, you probably say everything is aligning.
You might want to take this night into focus.
It's aligning for the Algerians against the Super Eagles as well.
Yeah.
But I'm sure this crop of Super Eagles player actually they have shown their best version in this tournament as well. We are the highest scoring team in this competition.
Yes,
competition. So it also has to count for something as well. So playing against the Algerians, probably before the 2019 semi-final game against Algerians, we have only gotten the best of the Algerians. So I feel probably coming against them on Saturday, I can't. The Super Eagles just have to banish that trauma of 2019 and all these. Our former keeper there was playing for Chippa United, and the current one is also playing for Chippa United. We have to just look past those ones and also give our all as well. And going by what is happening in the Nigerian camp this period, I hope this won't be a distraction for the boys as well.
Well, I mean, so much has been said. So I feel like this issue has been flogged a whole lot since it happened 2 days ago. And I'm also of the opinion or hopeful that the boys at this time must have buried the arches and move forward past that. We can definitely just tell it to be like an on-field reaction at that particular time. I mean, adrenaline was flowing through that particular game. There's no goal that is enough for anybody.
No goal is enough for anybody.
Especially when you are a striker, when you're an attacker, you want to score more, you want to do more, you want to do better.
I understand that some people would tell you it's passion, but at least these guys are also professional. They also have to be professional about what they do. You don't run to your teammate just like that. These things happen on the field, and what led to that situation and the situation itself are things that happen. But I feel we are overflogging the whole issue,
which might actually be disastrous to the team at the long run if you are not being careful with it. Because these boys are also seeing what's happening in media. I mean, after that particular war, a lot of other visuals were flying around of Victor Osimhen, where he's had altercations with his teammate. I think there was one that even happened during the qualifiers against Zimbabwe, where he was being called back and he said, "Just let me be. I need to walk down." And people are also bringing the comparison of what happened between himself and the former head coach of the Super Eagles, Finidi George, into context. Like, they didn't make him apologize for that, so he might be feeling like
he doesn't have to apologize
do anything
for this
really
and get away with it. But Victor Osimhen needs to tone it down as well. He's a professional as well, and those guys are also playing with. They are also, you all are professionals as well. I understand passion running through everybody.
True, at that time,
but at least we are all human beings, and it doesn't have to get to this point as well. We are all playing for one cause, for one goal, and it's to win the match as well. So. Other opportunities will come. Other scoring opportunities will also come. Will also be provided for you in other matches as well. So the boys have to tone it down, and the coach also have to talk to them as well and ensure that calmness is restored back into that.
I mean, according to the coach, he said whatever happens on the pitch stays on the pitch.
I hope it stays on the pitch.
Some big news coming through from the camp of the Super Eagles, because of course tomorrow they will be moving from Fez down to Marrakesh, where they'll be playing their next game. And it's been said that players and coaching staffs are waiting on their AFCON 2025 bonus payment. That's talking about the win bonus from 4 matches. Tanzania, Tunisia, Uganda, and Mozambique have not been received. He said that the squad are remaining focused, but will not train or travel to Marrakesh tomorrow if this is not resolved. A couple of riders to that particular story also states that the NSC have quickly swung into action as regards that, because it's been said that the chairman of the National Sports Commission and Director General, who are representing the federal government, have been present in Morocco. People are saying maybe it might just be a minor matter of, just give me your account number, I'll transfer to you.
Even if it's a minor matter, it doesn't have to come to the public as well. Such situation has to be.
It should have been done.
Be dealt with. At least we have this agreement before the tournament, and for the opt-in time as well. The issue of bonuses is also revving up, especially when the competition is ongoing as well. Such situation shouldn't be even coming up in the first place.
We should not be hearing about it.
We should not be hearing about it as well. And the boys are even threatening not to even leave their base in Fez as well and travel to Marrakesh because of these bonuses as well. So I feel the NFF, do they even learn about when all of this is happened during the World Cup playoff as well? It's happening again, and you feel the same thing recurring over and over again. Do those are the aim of affairs? Do they even learn from all of this? What do they even do to try and avoid such situation as well? We've been enjoying the momentum, the rhythm of these boys. Now all of a sudden we are hearing they are being old again, and they are threatening to go on strike, to boycott games again. Is actually not a good thing for the team as well.
Well, a couple of riders once again. It's been said that the monies are now being processed from the CBN to the individual's bank's account, and then the boys might just be getting their payments when the process is completed. We hope that all of these stories emanating definitely what it is at this particular point in time. Just so you know, the boys will depart from First to Marrakesh tomorrow, Thursday, where they'll be having their training ahead of the game on Saturday against Algeria. We'll still be talking about that in the course of the show this evening. Sports Up Show right here on Empire Radio 102.1 FM. Away from the AFCON talk right about now, let's go straight to Europe. So much to talk about, so much to look into. It's January, and then there's definitely the winter transfer window. Well, before we talk about the transfer window, let's go take a look at some of the matches that will be happening later this evening right there. Some in the English Premier League, and also, like I mentioned, the Spanish Super Copa semi-finals where Barca will be in action. AFC Bournemouth will be up against Tottenham Hotspur. That particular game happening about 7:30 p.m. Nigerian time. AFC Bournemouth will be having to have the final appearance for Antoine Semenyo, who is going to be joining Manchester City. Before we talk about the game itself, Antoine Semenyo going to Manchester City, where is the fix?
I probably don't understand. But probably Manchester City attack this period. They have the likes of Savinho struggling, who is struggling to get playing time. The likes of Doku as well. These are the players Semenyo will be fighting for. That spot as well, and it shows maybe probably Manchester are only bidding for Semenyo at this point. And for
there's Phil Foden, there's Omar Mamouche, there's Ryan Cherki, there's Jeremy Doku, there's Savinho, just like you mentioned.
So
about seven attacking
and adding Semenyo into that mix as well. I feel it just starts started to say the least. But
don't you think this might just be giving us some form of what's this dude's name again? Jack Grealish. When you get to a team and you just become redundant.
I probably feel Semenyo won't be, if he's given the chance. He has the quality.
He can prove it.
But
Grealish was also had the quality right there.
And also one thing is, you are playing under Pep, who is a systematic manager as well. You have to do whatever it tells you. You don't go out of the line and say you are playing to the gallery or playing to your own. No,
you want me to say you play.
You just it's the instruction that the coach gives you. You have to follow. And Semenyo is that kind of flair player. I think that is one of the things that affected Grealish from his days at Aston Villa. Grealish has always been the main man, always taking on players, the flair guy. But when he goes to Manchester City, Guardiola almost restricted. He restricted all those flamboyancy and just widen the pitch as well. Hold on to that flanks as well. Play for Antoine Semenyo at this point, with the kind of impact that has had at Bournemouth as well, going to Manchester City. Yep. He has to battle it out as well.
19 games, 9 goals for him this season.
And when you are given that chance, I hope you can take it to your hand, because Pep Guardiola is not. I don't want to say unforgiving manager as well. If you are not playing to his instruction, that might be the beginning of the end for him as well. But let's see how it goes. The deal has been agreed.
Yes.
So as it is,
and then this might just be his final match for Tottenham Hotspur. AFC Bournemouth against Tottenham Hotspur later this evening. And taking a look at the head-to-head between these two sides, it has always been an AFC Bournemouth thingy. I think in the last 5 matches, the last time Tottenham won against Bournemouth was in 2023. The other matches from 2024, Bournemouth have been taking the lead. I think they drew one right there.
They drew one, right there. So you can say that Bournemouth have the upper hand when you look at the stats as well. But Stars don't play football as well. And this night, Bournemouth is also playing at home. So they also have that. They also have that upper hand as well. And Spurs has been one of the teams that have fared well with playing away from home as
this
well.
Season,
this season as well. So they're also playing against Bournemouth, who are also are flying in their own house as well, in their own home as well. So it's going to be, and probably might end in a draw, the way I'm seeing it as well. But if I'm to stick towards a team winning this one, I feel Bournemouth might just edge it out, going by the start as well.
You think Bournemouth might edge it?
Yeah.
I mean, there's no more difference between the two cycles. I think one is on 11th, while the other one is on 13th.
So they're almost on
par right there on the Premier League
table as well. So who wants it most should get it.
Other matches happening later this week, we're seeing Crystal Palace up against Aston Villa, Everton up against Southampton. Wanderers Southampton now looks like another team who is looking to bounce back. Our first was a draw against Manchester United, and the second was a win against West Ham. That particular win against West Ham is now making the West Ham hierarchy rethink the process of hiring Nuno Espirito Santo.
Like, for
some things will happen to you, and then you have to
feel the decision.
Have I made the right decision
in the first place? Was I supposed to make that decision? But yeah, they have to face the reality. If they are going to make any decision, it should be fast and swift as well. For Wolverhampton Wanderers as well, you can see the signs from the game against Manchester United. They drew that one, and for the against West Ham, it was an emphatic win as well for them as well. But they are playing against Everton tonight. Everton was also an flying team as well. And their last match, I feel they lost their last match.
Everton. Yeah, Everton lost to Brentford 4 goals to 2.
4 goals to 2. So they want to bounce back from that defeat as well. And they're also playing at home against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Before now, Wolves have been the whipping boys of the league. So probably Everton.
I mean, going into this game, drawing against United. Winning against West Ham is enough, motivation for them to go ahead into the season. And maybe or maybe not, they might just not be dropping at the end of the season. Other matches going down later this season will be Fulham up against Chelsea. Liam Rissino will be taking charge of his first game as the Chelsea manager, and he's going to be traveling to the Craven Cottage.
Not far from home as well.
Yeah.
So
it's a London derby.
It's not much of that of a traveling like you stated. But for Chelsea, a new manager, we didn't get that new manager bounce. I probably don't know, but just are not actually doing bad. It's just that the results haven't been going their way as well.
Under their former manager.
I feel the reason why Maresca left was more of a personal issue with the hierarchy than footballing reasons as well. So he's gone, and they've gotten their new manager, which I was reading the stats about their new manager who hasn't won in their last 5 matches in Strasbourg.
Okay.
So I feel it's because of the affiliation they have with Strasbourg.
It was very easy for them to bring him in. Well, I was having a joke with one of my friends. I told him, your new manager is a Manchester United fan. he said it himself while he was still coaching Aberdeen. He said it like he is a fan of Sir Alex Ferguson, and if you are a mentee to someone, it means you
look up to that person.
So definitely, we look forward to see what's going to happen with Manchester United and Chelsea. IPA Radio 102.1 FM and still the Sports Up Show this evening. Don't forget you can be a part of the show. 0907-224-5018. Let's feel your pulse. I've talked about the African Cup of Nations. We're into the final days of the tournament right now. The quarterfinal matches will be happening on Friday and also on Saturday. And now we're talking about some of the matches that will be happening in the English Premier League later this evening. We'll be looking to review all of these matches and also talk about some transfer bids that might be of interest to you as a football fan. 0907-224-5018. Call us up or you drop us your message on WhatsApp, maybe a regular text message. Let's get interactive together on the show. This is also streaming live on our YouTube platform at iImpact 102.1 FM right there on YouTube. iImpact 102.1 FM right there on YouTube. Back to talks about the games that will be happening this evening. Manchester City will be hosting Brighton and Hove Albion. An amazing, not too good form, you want to say, because they've drawn 2 of their last 5 matches.
For Manchester City, they have to bounce back for that from that two draws against Chelsea and Sunderland. Also Sunderland as well. And they are playing against Brighton. Brighton has defeated them this season already. In the first leg. So I think Man City are playing at home. They should do well enough to win, because they have to keep the pressure on Arsenal. And just if if Man City continue to drop points, Arsenal are just going to run away with the
league.
With the league, because I feel they are the only one capable of chasing Arsenal to the wire
and stopping them.
But if they are now eventually dropping points willingly, I think
you say now willingly. Yes, they don't want it.
Against Chelsea, it was the last minute equalizer. And against
Enzo scoring in the death of the game.
Against Sunderland as well, it was a drab drive. I must really see.
I mean, 6 points separating both sides after 20 matches played. From tonight now, the games will be remaining 17
matches.
Yeah.
So you can say, and the lesser the game become, the wider the point
gap is going to be.
Is going to be as well. So Manchester City, they need to start getting it right as well. So even if they are not going to win it, let the competition be
stiff to the end of the season.
To the end of the season. Now by the first week of either April or May, Arsenal already crowned Premier League champions at this point in time. But hopefully they are going to get the win this night against Brighton.
Hopefully they get the win this night against Brighton. Manchester United travel to the Turf Moor against Burnley. They're playing against the 19th place side. You cannot say that because Burnley is 19th place that Manchester United are going to win. Don't forget that Wolverhampton Wanderers were the 20th on the table, but then they were able to get a point off United. Same with Leeds United. But then they travel to Burnley, who have lost 3 of their last 5 matches.
For Burnley at home is a difficult ground to
the Turf Moor. Just like the name, yes. It's very tough out there
for the big teams as well. And for United also, sacking Ruben Amorim during the course of the week, and also they are interim.
Darren Fletcher.
And
I'm looking forward to him playing his twins later tonight.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I guess they are going to take in the aim of affair in this match as well.
It's going to be Darren, really.
Yes, it's going to be Darren Fletcher. But for United, I think they have to banish the memory of Ruben Amorim at that team as well. So for Darren Fletcher, for every interim manager that has come into United, they have always done well. But until they have been
we saw it with the likes of Michael Carrick. We saw it with Ruth Van Nistelrooy.
Even Ole Gunnar Solskjaer before he was giving the coach the job permanently. But for interim manager, they always try with Manchester United. Fletcher.
No, you mentioned about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I mean, 2021-2022 season, if I'm correct, they came second in the league, and then he said it that they cannot celebrate being second on the English Premier League log. The next season, that's 2022-2023, it was being sacked. Now, it's been said that he might just be the next, manager to come in the interim, truly. But why Ole? I mean, you feel like it was not good enough. Is this some form of, the only manager I know who usually does things like this is Jose Mourinho, where it goes back to his...
There's scarcity of manager at this point in time. So top quality manager, you can't find them easy. They are all on a job, as the case may be. For United, I think the issue of they want someone with the United DNA. And I'm looking for someone with United DNA. You can't look beyond Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I has always been there for United, played and coached them at some points as well. So if they are looking for an interim manager, probably Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to just sail the ship to the end of the season and look out for whatever manager they can be able. United can be able to lay their hand on. But for tonight, I hope that Fletcher will. Let's just see something different from the usual,
what we always see.
For what we always see from the usual 3 at the back. So for Solskjaer as well, hopefully he's going to do well and at least prepare United to a better spot on the log to the end of the season.
Most definitely. Manchester City will be hosting Leeds United right there at the Etihad Stadium. Another game, just like you mentioned, that they have to win just to make sure that they close the gap on Arsenal. So that we'll be having some more competition before the end of the season. 0907-224-5018 is the gateway to the studio. You can be a part of the show right about now. And away from that now, let's talk about the Super Copa, the Spanish Super Cup that will be happening later this evening, where Barca will be up against Athletic Club right there in Saudi Arabia. I mean, we said it quite a number of times as to why we'll be saying, games like this being moved away from the country and being played in a neutral ground.
It's simple. It's financial constraints. the Spanish league is looking for money wherever they can find it. And there was a report I was reading that the Super Copa is being played in Saudi, and Qatar right now is bidding to get
take it away from Saudi Arabia.
So you can see that it's because of financial constraint that the La Liga is facing. So wherever they can find the money, they are ready to go there as well. So for the match itself, I feel in the press, I think Inaki Williams was complaining about the match that if he feels that this Super Copa, that the other teams apart from Barca and Real Madrid, they feel they are playing away from home when they come against, and you can't.
It feels different.
It feels different. You can't fault them, and it's not the fault of Real Madrid or Barcelona that they have more fans outside of Spain than the other teams as well. So they just have to put up with it, and they're also going to benefit from the money as well. Whatever money they are going to raise from this competition, the four teams are going to share it.
Well, we are monitoring that goalkeeper Marc-Andre ter Stegen has now abandoned Barcelona's camp in Saudi Arabia to return to Spain for tests after he got injured in their training yesterday. The club also confirmed that the 33-year-old struggled with injuries during the last 2 years, missing most of the season with the knee injury, and at the start of the current campaign after undergoing some back surgery. The German international has seen his place being taken by Joan Garcia. We saw what Joan Garcia did in their last game right there, using his defender to block an oncoming shot. That was goalkeeping of the highest
masterclass. It was fantastic from him, and for Joan Garcia, he has actually added some steel to that Barcelona defense line as well from the goalkeeping perspective as well. And for ter Stegen, for the last 2 years, he has been struggling with injuries as well, in and out of the team. And here again is also
more like what we also experienced, or what Bayern Munich experienced with Manuel Neuer.
But at some point, Manuel Neuer eventually came back and become a stay. But different from ter Stegen, I don't think he's going to even ever have a stay in that Barcelona goalkeeping department as well. Because with the exploits of Joan Garcia is actually fantastic. You can't drop such goalkeeper who is actually performing in that kind of level as well. So bad one for Joan ter Stegen. You are not getting the playing time, and you're also getting injured easily as well. So it's a bad news for him.
Well, for Hansi Flick, he is believing that this particular Super Copa might just be the springboard that Barca needs to go back and go ahead and do some more exploits for themselves in the Spanish La Liga. Already he's won 3 trophies with the team in his first year in charge of Barca.
And they are currently the top of La Liga, so I don't know what
springboard he needs.
He needs as well. So all his injured players are actually coming back to form as well. The likes of Rafinha,
Araujo
is Christensen, Gavi. So his players are gradually coming into form and are starting to get fit as well. So I don't know the springboard he's talking about. He's actually topping the La Liga table at this point.
And I think they are also looking to sign João Cancelo from Al Hilal
on loan.
Yeah.
So if they can get João Cancelo, it's also bodies to the team as well. It's not about the quality, it's just about having bodies, and that in that defense as well. Because most times Araujo, he can be in this minute is fit and the next is out injured as well. So they need bodies as well to cover for their defense line as well.
Defense line. All right, see the Sports Hub Show right here on Empire Radio 102.1 FM. Let's go away from that right now and go straight into transfer talks on the show, where we'll be looking to take our beats coming through. We've already mentioned about Manchester United, that they are planning meeting with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and also Michael Carrick, saying that they want either of these guys on the interim role. They've had early stage informal talks with several potential managers like the likes of Oliver Glasner as well, but I do think that Glasner at this time would not want to
take a job at
the middle of the season. That's the same thing that happened with Ruben Amorim. He asked to wait till the start of the new season, but they said, no, you know what, you gotta come in right about now.
And he didn't have enough time to plan
for the new season.
For the new season. So he just jumped right into the Lions and coming to take over a team as big as United in the middle of the season. So it's not going to. It's going to be difficult coaching that team. Now you are not bringing your own idea, your own philosophy. Mid-season. So all those have to be done. That's why you have pre-season when the season ends. You have pre-season, so you can implement most of these things. And see.
Honestly, I think I'm going to take a cue from what you said. That United, the best thing for them to do is just to try as much as possible to forget the Ruben Amorim era, because it's just something that, I mean, it came in mid-season last year. and then he's leaving towards the mid-season again.
So
it's on his contract. He's supposed to still be there for the next 18 months.
But the United hierarchy can no longer
take that
the result that is coming from.
Or maybe they just have to wait till the end of the season whether or not they might be able to tempt Oliver Glasner away from Crystal Palace, because of course he's won some things for himself there. Palace won the FA Cup, also won the Community Shield at the end of last season. More thoughts coming through from the world of football on the show this season. It's now been said that AS Roma are now looking to possibly withdraw from the deal to sign Joshua Zirkzee at right now. It's been said that the director Ricky Massara hinted that the plan move for Joshua Zirkzee may be on the back burner following Ruben Amorim's sacking, because he's saying that the situation is now going to be different. It looks like Zirkzee has been a subject of interest from the likes of Roma, from the likes of West Ham, among other teams that are looking to sign the player because of his lack of playing time at Manchester United.
Exactly, and now that Ruben Amorim is out of the team, maybe the new manager that is going to come in probably might see something different that Ruben Amorim doesn't see in Joshua Zirkzee as well. Yeah. So I understand if Roma are actually pulling out of that deal.
I mean, generally this season United have a very thin squad.
Exactly.
Take a look at the bench against Leeds United. I mean, look at the names. You had the Fletcher twins. You had the Sean Lacey
on the United bench. These are players playing for the under-19 of Manchester United. So you can understand that there are no bodies on after the starting 11.
Yeah, there are no and maybe a few other players like less of maybe Tyrell Malacia that you can find on the bench.
Yeah. And those are, and we are talking about a team as big as Manchester United, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
So even outside the first 11, you have to look at the bench and look at, okay, when things are not going right on the pitch, you look to your bench and see who you can call on. But at United these days, if it is not going right on the pitch, I feel that is the end of it. There's nobody to call upon. From the bench as well.
Truly. All right, away from that particular talk right now, still the Sports Hub Show right here on Empire Radio 102.1 FM. We're taking transfer bid just as we have it on the back pages of the major dailies this evening. We're still talking about Maguire and that particular dude who really and truly wants to leave Crystal Palace. Don't forget that the deal for him to leave Crystal Palace at the end of last or at the summer, fell through because he definitely wants to make that move to Liverpool, but it could not happen due to one or two things. Reminds me of the time of David De Gea, Manchester United, when the fax machine had issues late into the transfer. But then the England defender is going to be out of contract in the next summer, and the likes of Manchester City are still the contenders to sign him during this January transfer window.
I feel for Liverpool first, I feel they'll be ruining that deal not going through at this point in time, because with the like of
they're really suffering from it.
They are suffering from it as well. And for Maguire as well, Man City are also joined the race to sign him after Vardio got injured, and I think he has been operated upon as well. So they need bodies in their defense as well. At first they weren't taking the deal seriously, but now with Vardio out, I think Manchester City are now looking close into the deal as well. So even take him as early as January. At first they are looking at probably the summer, because there have been a lot of top teams also looking to sign Maguire at this point.
Yeah.
But City are now willing to take action at this point because they are lacking bodies in defense as well. Most of their defenders are out in Georgia as well. So taking Gueye at this point in January transfer, if they can push through as well, it's going to be a good one for City as well. But when every other person is fit, won't they be too much? That's another question to ask.
I mean, a very good headache, really. If everyone is back there, might be a very good headache for a manager to have a lot of players at your disposal right there. Still talking about transfer bits on the show this evening. It's been said that there's a move on the line for RB Leipzig winger Yan Diamonde, the man who has been shining for Cote d'Ivoire right there at the African Cup of Nations. These are the things you get when you play in this type of tournaments, and I've seen a couple of 19-year-olds, 18-year. There's this Chimadu who plays for Cameroon as well.
Yeah,
scored an amazing goal, bro.
Exactly. So these are the things that African teams are now beginning to give young talents. Most times you won't find this kind of. You always rely on those players that have that built strong energy.
The elderly ones
that you feel they have the power, they can bully anybody. But this time they feel that African football is far beyond just the bullying and the ruggedness as well. It has come with a lot of technicality as well. That's why we are seeing the likes of Diomande and the Cameroonian lad as well playing in that.
Even Carlos Baleba
at some point.
Honestly, I feel like by the summer, then there are going to be a lot of other teams. Last summer it was just Man United that wanted to sign him. By the end of this season, now you see other teams also looking to tempt Brighton to sell that guy.
To take him on their team as well. So that is what competition like this does for you. When you go out there and you show yourself, you prove your mettle. European team will surely come knocking at your door as well.
All right, still the Sports Talk Show right here on Empire Radio 102.1 FM. Still taking a brief into the world of transfers, just as they have it on the back pages of the major dealers. And away from that, right about now, let's go straight into the Italian Serie A. A couple of matches are currently on the way, and Hellas Verona are currently 1 goal ahead of Napoli at the Stadio Diego Armando Maradona.
Shocking, I mean.
I had to take a point. That's a very early goal in the 16th minute.
I need to say, but it's an early goal. Probably it's a goal against the run of play, but it's just a scoreline. But
you think Napoli might be coming back from this?
Napoli might be bouncing back from this as well, because they can't afford to drop more points as it is right now. Because Inter are already sitting at the top of that table as well.
With 2 points.
With 2 points ahead, and they can't afford to just lose at this point. They already halfway past the season, so every point matters at this point. At this point, it's nice to compete for that Scudetto title.
Honestly, no lies, the Italian Serie A this season looks like one that is interesting.
Very, very interesting.
The point that separates the first from the seventh is just 3 points. Como is on 33. So Inter Milan is on 39. That's 6 points.
That's just 6 points.
Yeah.
So any point you drop, if you are within that bracket from number 1 to 6, if you are dropping any points at this point, it's going to have a ripple effect in your standings.
You don't even want to drop any points.
So you don't want to drop any points. And the quality of teams you are even competing with is like of Inter Milan, Napoli, AC Milan, Juventus. So they are ready to just pounce on any slip from any other team as well. So for Napoli, losing currently, I feel they can bounce back in this game, and they're actually playing at home as well.
Bologna are currently playing the 0-0 up against Atlanta. Lazio Roma will be hosting Fiorentina at about 7:45 this evening. Parma will be hosting Inter Milan, and Torino will be hosting Udinese right there in the Italian Serie A. Sports Up Show on Empire Radio 102.1 FM, and this is how much we're taking on the show for today. Many thanks to everyone who has been a part of it. Thank you for joining us on this amazing ride, allowing us to preach the gospel of sport to you in the last 50 minutes or thereabout. Cyril, before I let you go, the Super Eagles of Nigeria will not be in action until Saturday, but we've seen a couple of club actions in the coming days as well. Your take?
Before the Super Copa in Spain is actually going to be taking place, Barcelona, Real Madrid, all for Real Madrid, I think the Super Copa is not an important trophy for them, but for Xabi Alonso, I think it's an important. So it's two contradicting things. For Real Madrid, it's not, but Xabi Alonso
he really wants to prove himself. Really wants to win something.
He really needs to win something, and the Super Cup presents that opportunity.
A big opportunity.
But they have Barcelona to contend with, and they have Atletico Madrid to contend with first.
As well.
Will they even get past Atletico Madrid and probably maybe Barcelona in the final? Let's see. And for the weekend, can't wait for the weekend to be upon us as well. Looking forward to the AFCON quarter-final, which starts on Friday, and Nigeria play on Saturday against the Algerians as well. So hopefully by the end of the week, spanning into the next week, we'll all be joyous celebrating.
Moving into the quarter-finals. If the Super Eagles ever make it to the semi-finals, then that's going to be like the 9th time we'll be making it into a semi. Already we are already the record holder. Quarter-finals quarter-finalists, because we already have 17 quarter-finals appearance
in the Nations Cup. So
with just 3 trophies to show.
Just 3 trophies to show with a lot of bronze, golden.
Right now we have about 8 bronze medals.
So and we have lost about 5 5 finals in the AFCON. And just returning just the trophies. Probably we can make it for this year, but time will tell. We play Algeria next.
All right, Sports Option Empire Radio 102.1 FM. Ayodeji Ajiboye is my name. As I'm absolute honor to have been your host on the show this evening. On behalf of Serial, I say go out there and be the best version of yourself. Don't forget to stay positive and also remember to be kind, because kindness is cool. I'll see you when I see you once again. Do for yourself a lovely and an amazing evening.
From the greens of golf to the court of tennis and basketball, the octagon of UFC to the square room for boxing, track of Formula 1, and the peak